Have you heard of Dr. Masaru Emoto? Well, in the late 1990s, he conducted a very interesting experiment with water and water molecules. He exposed water to negative influences, positive influences, words, emotions, feelings, and music. And then he froze that water and looked at it under the microscope, and the findings were astounding. So depending on what the water had been exposed to, let's say words like I love you, or gratitude, etc., or you fool, the water molecules arrange themselves differently. And let me show you an example of this. This is quite remarkable. Hope you can see this on your screen right now. So you can see when water molecules were exposed to things like thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal, angel, I love you, peace. They arranged themselves in beautiful, coherent patterns. But those bodies of water that were exposed to negative words, feelings, thoughts like you fool, you make me sick, evil, and polluted water before prayer, they were very distorted with no coherent shape. But look at the last one. That's polluted water after prayer. So the molecules arrange themselves in beautiful patterns because they had been exposed to prayer. Now let me show you another example of this. And it should be on your screen right now. So again, the word angel, the word peace, spirit, the words you disgust me, again, no shape, or you fool. Then below you've got on a G string by Bach. Look how beautiful the pattern is. Imagine by John Lennon, Amazing Grace. A photo of dolphins, wow. And then the photo of lotus. So the findings were that because we are mostly composed of water, the way we think, feel, the words we speak have a massive influence on our physical, emotional, mental health. And our thoughts, our words we speak, emotions, feelings have influence over our external reality, as well as our internal health, as I've said before. So words matter, the way we feel matters, our emotional mental state matters. It influences our larger reality. There was a lot of criticism that mainstream science exposed Dr. Emoto to after the experiment, because mainstream science criticized him for lack of scientific rigor, insufficient controls, and bias, etc. As if mainstream science wasn't biased itself. But that's a subject for another video. The conclusions aren't 100% certain. However, we know we can influence our external world by the way we think, the words we speak, etc. Mainstream science has a lot to catch up on, but we can see this in quantum physics now. We can influence our health, our reality, by just changing the way we think, speak, making small tweaks to start with. Now, let me show you an example of what I do before I drink water or any drink. So I bring a cup towards my heart, because the heart produces the strongest magnetic energy, and just hold it there for literally a few moments, and then bring the cup to my lips and softly whisper love, gratitude, abundance, prosperity, wealth, and then drink my water, my drink. That's how I do it, by speaking those words. I feel those words in my body. It is very visceral. It is very truly felt when I speak those words, and then that then is transferred onto the water I am now drinking, and I imagine that all those beautiful words, those states of abundance, love, wealth, health, are flowing now through me, towards me, and influence everything around me as well. Try it and see what comes up in your life.